Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐔. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 8:48 a.m. on the Eastern Time on August 29th on Monday. Hope you guys have a great weekend, by the way. Ethereum currently at $1,476, up about 3.5% so far. On over crypto market versus the equity market, I would say across the spectrum, we are still leaning more toward a bearish side of the spectrum. On the equity side, across all the indexes, as we talked about yesterday, across all the indexes, we are opening on a red day again. Dow Jones down about 0.7%, S&P down about 0.8%, while Nasdaq is down a little bit more significantly, down about basically 4% so far. And on the crypto front, you can see that we are just gliding away, right? Try to get back up to the next major support or resistance level. You can see that clearly Bitcoin has broken the $20,000 mark during this weekend. And Ethereum is following through as well, but obviously a little bit more severe as we broke below obviously what has been a relatively substantive level before, which was 1650, but we broke through and we went down to 1450. So right now we're just kind of holding on by the ledge, try to find ways to go back up or go back down from here. And as we have talked about so far, right, this is just confirmatory signal from the pattern that we've seen so far, right? The head and shoulder pattern that, when we reached that 2031, that was the head. The shoulder was when we were reaching on July 28th at the level of 1750, and secondarily when we reach 1700 again. So now we're just kind of seeing the pattern, coming into fruition, gliding to the next level of comfort, which is technically 1450. And what are some of the catalysts that we've seen so far collectively? So let's just dial back maybe a week out before. So obviously we got the the payroll number that happened on during mid of last week, and then obviously with respect to the Jackson Hole speech that happened on Friday, with the aggressive verbiage that Jerome Powell has depicted for us. And also, in his verbiage, he was pretty, I guess, persistent around saying that there's a high likelihood that, the Feds will be raising the rates again, despite we have already done twice, right? 75 basis point in the previous 2 months, right? So it seems like the efficacy around the two rate hikes was not working, and there might be a possibility that in the upcoming FOMC meeting in September, we might be going all the way to 1%, and basically to do whatever it takes, reactively to get the job done on fighting inflationary pressure. And I would understand a lot of investors will be very frustrated. It's like, what is happening? Like, why is the Feds so reactive? Why can't we be more proactive and be more strategic about it as well, right? Like, let's identify the problem, what is quantitatively sensible for us to proceed going forward, and then perform from there, and not just like take it day by day type of way, right? And also with respect to like how aggressive the verbiage Jerome mentioned on Friday doesn't give people a good taste in the stomach, right? Like whenever you hear some sort of emotional type of catalyst like aggression, forceful, or something that's very animated, it shows a lack of sophistication, or there's something chaotic that's going on with the Feds. Or maybe, it was more of a media affectation, just try to stir the market so he can allow, his buddies that works in the Feds or in the SEC. I'm not, calling them out or being a whistleblower because I don't work within, but I'm just like, it might be, a conspiracy that they all work together onto basically corrupting the market so they can trade or buy call options or put options in ways that are favorable to them. So that's how you see like Nancy Pelosi or like some other politicians are making a killing when their salary is like what, 150K a year or 250K max, but they're making like millions. Like how does that make any sense logically? right? It's because they do all of this in investing with information that comes out ahead of time. In addition to that, I'm also seeing some news that we have to be aware of. So during this weekend, in addition to obviously on Friday, the European Central Bank board member Isabel Schnabel, I think that's how you say her name, has warned the central bank must continue to fight inflation, even if it tips the economy into a recession. So it seems like on the other side of the world, they are also in support of the aggression. It seems like they are, kind of operating with like their chicken, with their head cut off kind of manners. Like they are getting into that point where they have to be, start to freak out a little bit, right? So in also like in the coming week, right? What are some of the things we have to be mindful of? We're gonna be hearing more like Fed speech, so including the Vice Chair Lai Brainard on Tuesday, so tomorrow, before the August non-farm payroll report that comes out also on Friday as well. Okay. So before I dive into technical, so I am actually going to the U.S. Open game today. Obviously, I'm based in New York and I live not too far away from the Mets Willis Point, which is the U.S. Open stadium, and I got super lucky to actually go to the game to watch Serena Williams play tonight. I think this is her last game ever before obviously she's retiring for good and then pursue her career into venture capital, similar like myself. So so it's like doing some research. I was like I just watched the news on ABC earlier today, like this morning when I was like just brushing my teeth, and I saw that I'm not sure, like just like correct me if I'm wrong. Like I could bring like a fanny pack or something like that, right? But on the news it said I could not, right? Because I want to be like bringing like water and like obviously, put my phone in there and I just want to have something that I could carry. But obviously I'm not gonna bring a big ass backpack. But there seems to be a big list of things that I cannot bring. But I will be planning on bringing like a fanny pack, just so I could like obviously I don't have to carry everything in my pocket. So I might be taking a little bit of a risk, but it's a small fanny pack, so I hope that it will be okay. So we'll see. Anyways, so so let me know because it's my first time going to a U.S. Open, but I was very fortunate to get into a relatively good seats before the obviously the price blew up like crazy. I think I bought like think my friend bought the ticket for like 200 or $300, but now the tickets are selling for like $3,500. But I get it, it's like her last game, right? So I look forward to it. I'll be taking pictures and things like that. So sorry for rambling for 8 minutes straight. Let's just dive right into it with respect to recording time of 8:56 a.m. on the Eastern time. So right now we are up about 3.7%. I wouldn't be so happy yet. Is the reason we did is because like we hit a resistance level of 34 out of 70, and you could see that it clearly matched with the previous support that we've had back in July 12th. If I like pull it back, like you could see that clearly, right? So let me just shift it back. You can see that right now we're gliding and consolidating on a daily, looking for a platform to kind of propel up. But we're gonna see more stir coming, right? But unfortunately, on the weekly, you could see that we're still crossed up for quite some time, looking for a cross down eventually. So seeing some level down, weeks out is very logical. So daily looks bullish, but getting watered down by the weeks out. But on a monthly, you can see that we're quite bullish. So technically, months out, we should see some major reversal happening by Q4, which makes sense, right? The Santa Claus rally. And then on Bitcoin, you can see that it's similar on the monthly out. Like we should see some bullishness in Q4. But on weekly, you can see we're quite stale, right? Just kind of trade on a sideways fashion, not really doing much. But on a daily, you can see that we're quite bullish actually. We bounced from a very strong level of 29 out of 70. You can see that that matches with a lot of the resistance level that we've had before. So right now, looking for levels to go back up can be in a high probability than going down from here, knowing the fact that the weekly is quite stale, right? Monthly is quite bullish, right? So Bitcoin is trading on a different pattern in comparison to Ethereum. While on the all the other altcoin, I know they kind of up and down across the spectrum, but many of them are trading very similarly to Ethereum. Obviously, some are a little bit more dramatic, some are a little bit more exaggerated, but they're collectively quite similar, right? Daily are, you know, quite bullish. Weeks out get watered down and is still kind of stale. So you should see some normalization as we get closer to obviously the non-farm payroll number, the CPI report, the FOMC meeting with the rate hikes. If we're gonna see more rate hikes, you know, that's it. We are gonna see, you know, some major, you know, resistance going up from here. And that does nobody any favor at all, right? Okay, so have a good day, guys. I'll check you guys out on a later time frame. I look forward to the game later today. But yeah, I've never been to a game, so let me know how your experience went in the past. I plan on maybe getting some merchandise, and also according to the news, like it seems like the drinks or the water cost like $20 a bottle or something like that. That's crazy. Wow. So I guess but I'll bring a water bottle just in case like they don't confiscate it. All right. So appreciate you. Have a good day and take care. Bye.